and I'll share to Facebook.
Yeah, that would be great. Welcome, everyone. And thank you, Travis, for being here today. One of the most exciting sessions of Be Well Week, because it's something that we haven't had a chance to discuss as of yet, and that is financial wellness. And who better than the guru is himself, Travis, with an extensive list of detail of amazing qualifications that have come together and made him one of the leading and one of the best speakers I've ever seen on financial wellness. So it's such a pleasure to have you here, Trav. And Trav will give you an overview of what we mean by financial wellness. But one thing that all of you guys already know and we discuss is that fitness is only one element to our wellness. And we've got nutrition during this Be Well Week. We've looked at how to just move well outside of the gym. But this is an area of wellness that we rarely get to touch on. So I really want you guys to get out your pens, take notes if you can, because I think you're going to get a lot of value from what Trav has to say. I know I have in the past. And we've been working with Trav now and really exploring how more companies like WellCorp that offer wellness programs can assist other people financially as well. So thanks so much for being here, Trav. As we go through, if we get any questions, we'll deal with them at the end. And I'll make sure that I monitor our Facebook as well, so you guys can drop us questions throughout.
Great. Thank you, Megan. And hi, everyone from Vulcan. It's such a pleasure to be able to join you on your Be Well Week. It's funny, I do have another corporate company. They've got about 3,000 employees, and they call their Financial Wellness Week Be Well Week as well. So a bit of similarities. I guess what I'll do is I'll jump into the slides for you. And with today's presentation, I guess giving yourselves a little bit of an idea of and an introduction to who we are. So obviously, you know, Megan, she's provided some background as to our relationship, and Megan with WellCorp working in the health and wellness space. Well, we pretty much mirror one another. We actually play in the financial wellness because they do play out hand in hand. So look, for ourselves, a quick introduction of who we are. Let me just make sure we can go to the next slide. Yeah. So I guess a quick introduction as to who Advice First are. So we're privately owned. We're a firm that provides financial planning advice. So we have a lot of private clients. It's, I guess, how the business was initially established. But we also provide and pride ourselves on the education. We're about providing advice first. It's not product first. It comes to the advice that comes first. And that comes from also, you know, the depth of education. It's about educating our clients and employees. We're there to provide, obviously, support to employers and to our private clients. Look, we specialize in advice. So, you know, we have a number of private clients that come and see us for financial advice. So that ranges from, you know, superannuation, investments, insurance. We've even got an in-house home loan specialist. So she's a broker, she's a partner of the business, and she specialises and helps our clients go out to the mortgage market or get you application ready when it comes to going for a home loan. Look, we've been providing advice and education for more than 41 years. We're Gold Coast based. We're one of the largest financial planning firms on the Gold Coast. And we service private clients, commercial clients, corporate, and also overseas clients as well. We've got an overseas footprint when it comes to a broker network that we're part of as well. So we're very expansive. But also, look, I personally deal with our corporate side of our business, like, you know, corporate clients like Vulcan, and servicing the employees within that business. We look after corporate clients that are Australia wide, so national. I don't need to go through all of the different states that we do visit to go ahead and connect and reach out to employees. Within the business, we've got 10 qualified practitioners, and they specialize in specific areas of advice. So when people come to us, I guess, they say, Travis, who's the best advisor that's suited to me? And a lot of the time it's funny, who is the best advisor to go to? It's based on, who do I trust? Do I have the time? How do we compare to obviously others in the market as well? The good thing is that, we just don't have one advisor. We've got 10 qualified practitioners. So depending on, your character, your experience with your finances, and also exactly what scope of advice that you're looking for, I can go ahead and position you with the best practitioner that I feel is going to be someone who you're going to be able to relate to save you that that time of having to find your own advisor. They're also, we have a great administration team. They are our backbone to our business. They keep us in front of our clients to go ahead and deliver on everything that we promise, and also to go ahead and see you through your entire relationship, because it's a very personalized and it's a very intimate relationship that you do have with a financial advisor. I can't see a show of hands, but it'd be interesting to see how many people have actually gone ahead and who has a relationship with a financial advisor. Look, we provide objective advice with the 95% retention rate of private and corporate clients, which is, I guess, a testament to ourselves that, we don't work on referrals, we don't market. All we do is we pretty much work off of referrals that, people talk, and based on their positive experience they have with us and relationship they have with us, that's how obviously people come and see us. And it doesn't matter where you are in your, your life or, your financial pathway. Give us a call, and you're more than welcome. Our details will be at the end of this as well. But today's a bit of an introduction to start things off. I guess a little bit about myself. I've been in the industry for about 21 years now. It's half a lifetime. And I guess, for me to be an advisor, it comes back to me and my integrity as a human. I want to be a trusted advisor. I want to be a trusted person. I want to be a trusted friend. So it's about my purpose every single day, as soon as I wake up, to have an integrity with what I do. And look, putting your life under a microscope, whether it's financial, whether it's health, we know it takes a lot of work. So providing the right resources around you and the specialists around you, we need that. You need to reach out to help to be able to maintain this, this pathway through life, to make sure that we are addressing and being fulfilled in everything that we do. For me, it's about my relationship. First and foremost, you have to have a great relationship with yourself, which means you have to put time into yourself. I do that to ensure that I have a great relationship with me. And then if I'm okay with me, I can then have a great relationship with my family, my friends, my employers, and my clients, and also with me at work. I have to be happy internally. I need to show up every day of my life. I guess over the years, I've gone ahead and put my life under a microscope. I'm just like anyone else. I need to go ahead and put life under a microscope just to make sure that I'm addressing and being fulfilled in my life. And that starts off, financial wellness also links with the health and wellness. So it comes to my sleep. We always hear about it, and I'm sure Megan and her team are forever promoting, the health and wellness side of things. But just to reiterate on it, for me to show up every day for you is to make sure that I get at least my 8 hours sleep. My gut health is so important. I've had to put that under a microscope. We're not probably properly taught this, but looking at my diet, everything that I fuel into my body is a reflection of how I'm going to wake up every day and be the best for myself, my friends, my family, my clients, and in my career. I drink a lot of water. It is something that we need to go ahead and fuel the #1 cell in our body. Staying fit, I work out 6 days a week. We're here, we need to do it. So that every morning I'm up at 5 a.m. and I'm at gym. That's my window of opportunity. So find your window of opportunity for you to be able to put time for yourself to move your body. That all equals a healthy mind and also a healthy life. And that creates wholesomeness in all aspects of health and financial well-being. So it does link back. And I've got some really interesting statistics to share with you. So a little bit about myself. Well, let's have a look at the time of our life. So, we have a jar that, or a cup that we go ahead and we fill up every single day or every single day throughout the year. And this just gives you a bit of an idea of what my jar looks like. So, and it's probably not too dissimilar to yourselves, but these are based on some statistics. But in bed, we spend about 33 years of our life sleeping. Apart from sleeping, the second highest amount of hours or years that we spend is at work. So we have to make sure that we're enjoying what we're doing. We're doing everything in our power, like I mentioned earlier, to be satisfied within, and also to be satisfied at the second largest place where we're spending time. And then there's also, so we're spending close to about 13 years and 2 months at work. Screen time, well, here we are. I'm already consuming some time in front of my screen, but that's the third largest statistic there for where we're spending our time, around about 12 years in total. Eating, I enjoy a lot of that, and also burning it off with exercise, but you can just see the amount of time that on average we spend on eating. On holidays, like our time for recreation, our time for downtime is only a 3.5 year time frame of us enjoying our downtime. Exercise, unfortunately, it's only a low proportion. I'm doing everything in my power to make that obviously a little bit greater, but obviously we are restricted because it's taken up so much of work. Romance, whatever that looks like for you, but socializing, believe it or not, it's only about 1.5 years that we get to actually socialize with our friends, which, we're built on connection as human beings. So, I try and socialize, and put time aside to go ahead and integrate with other humans like Megan. We have a great time catching up, don't we, Megs? School of study, look, it seems forever, but 12 years of our life, if we see ourselves through 12 years or even beyond that, is only about that amount of time. And then also the rest is made up of maybe any hobbies that you may have, but really good to unpack that just to see where we're spending a lot of our time. So look, there's a link between, I guess, financial well-being and your health, and then also stress. So here are some interesting statistics. That was taken from the Goldman Benefits Attitude Survey from Willis Towers and Watson. So the Global Benefits Survey is pretty much about 80 countries were surveyed in total. So majority of the world, but it looks at the percentage of employees that are suffering from financial and health issues combined. 34% of employees suffer from financial and health issues. And when we go down that column, how many days are lost to absenteeing of absence, and also for just you rocking up at work and not being fully in the game. So there's on average, there's about 19 days per employee per year. Of those, about 30% of employees are engaged, highly engaged, and 34% have suffered from some form of anxiety or stress in the past 2 years. And only 20% plan to work past 70. So if you move over to the next column, you've got 21% of employees suffer from just financial issues only. So 16 average days taken off per year. 53% of those people are highly engaged, and 21% suffer from anxiety or stress in the past 2 years. So those numbers, they're quite significant. Nearly a quarter of your employees, or whether that's yourself as well, are suffering from some financial stress. We move over to health issues. So 25% of us are suffering from health issues, and you can see the numbers there. And there's only 20% of employees suffer from no financial or no health issues. So hence why Megan and myself, we go ahead and dedicate our time and our life to bringing, I guess, health and wellness solutions to employers, because look how much time we're spending at work. That's why we want to bring this information to yourselves, to your employer, where you spend all of your time to go ahead and find solutions to obviously have that harmonious life. You can see down in the bottom there, 36% of people. So, sorry, this is across Asia Pacific, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, EMEA, Latin America, and North America. You can see there 30% of people, they live from paycheck to pay. Sorry. When we look at 36%, 30% in Asia Pacific, they live from paycheck to paycheck, from from week to week, fortnight to fortnight, month to month, whatever that is. So that's in Asia Pacific. We won't go ahead and look at the others because not relevant to us, but gives you an idea of how the impact is in other countries and other regions. There's also 31% of employees that have financial problems that they are negatively impacting their life. So in Asia Pacific, there's about 33% of the world that makes up of the world that are actually in that bracket. So just some interesting statistics just to look at the financial pressures that people are going through. And sometimes it's a very touchy subject to talk about your financial affairs. I guess as advisors, we're in a very privileged position, is that we get people to come in and go, help, how can you help me? Based on obviously our learnings, because I guess when we leave school, there's not a lot of learnings when it comes to your financial well-being. We usually finish school, we only probably touch the surface when it comes to how to save, how to budget, what to expect when we hit the working world. We're pretty much, having to learn ourselves, and that can be quite daunting, and we can go ahead and take up some habits. Hey, I've had them as well. So we are here to go ahead and open up those discussions with you, that if you are under financial stress, we're here to help you go ahead and assist you with that. I said I go to the gym every single day. I don't go to the gym and do it myself, because if you gave me a membership, I would walk into that gym, I wouldn't know what to do, because I'm not that way motivated. I don't have the skill set, I don't have the training and the education to really discipline myself when it comes to my workouts at my gym. So I actually use a personal trainer, a group. I join about 15 in a group, my personal training studio, and we all work out together. And I find that I walk in and pretty much that the workouts are actually designed for me, so I get to work on every part of my body. But if you left that up to me, that would be it would be a different story. Same with financial planning. We are here to go ahead and take that responsibility, help you understand more, and also go ahead and mold a plan around where you are and obviously where you want to be. So really, how are we feeling as employees? Look, more than half the time at work, we're tired, and that could be obviously directly related with, the household, or also what we're fueling our body, or our lack of movement. We're stressed, based on all of the information that comes in. The world is a dangerous place, and we're ever trying to survive. So there's so much that can stress us out. So having the movement, having our wellness, fueling ourselves, and being financially secure and sound will help reduce these levels. We feel burnt out. The requirements on us every single year keep on growing. So we need to know how to go ahead and control that. we may be discouraged. We may not be enjoying where we are. We might be distracted with a lot that's going on in life, or there could be some forms of anxiety or depression there as well. But just interesting to see how those statistics play out. So we also look at, looking at our employers to help us. We're spending a lot of time at our employment, and we turn to employers to ask them, let's help you look after your number one asset, which are your people. And already Vulcan have already shown that they are an employer of choice, with obviously the incorporation of WellCorp, and obviously bringing the wellness and the fitness into your workplace. But we wanted to have a look to see, if your employer were to offer assistance and perks in any of the following areas, which would you most prefer? So there was a survey, once again, went out to 78 countries, and you've got Asia Pacific there and the other regions. But what came out on top was financial. So that could be, providing some perks on a financial level. A lot of that is, hey, I'd like a little bit more of an increase, but it's about, how are we spending that increase if we are asking for more money for the output that we're giving? But also with financial, it comes down to, hey, I need some more financial literacy to help me better handle my financial affairs. And there could be some support by some employers that I know pay for some insurance benefits for their employees to protect their family, such as income protection and life insurance. It's very common in the IT industry. If you went to Google over in Silicon Valley, there's water slides, there's beanbag areas, they're getting all of their insurances paid for. Like, it's very common within the insurance, in the IT industry, to have a lot of perks thrown at you. But depending from industry to industry, it just it depends on what the ability to obviously go ahead and provide is like when it comes to perks and benefits. You can see their family comes up second in Asia Pacific. So that's, looking after having perks available for your family. Like I said, that also can stem down to providing them with life insurance, maybe, care for having a creche or something like that to bring your children into work if they're a young age, having child minding facilities, but also with your family, it's providing leave for when obviously there is a newborn child, and having obviously the ability to have time off. Commuting, a lot of people travel depending on which states we're in as well. I know living in Sydney, I was there for a little while. Some people need to travel 2 hours, so having some form of subsidy as per travel. Having food vouchers, they have that in the IT industry. Education, if you are studying further education as well, providing some form of assistance there. Wellness, it's exactly the space that we're playing in. So having, health and wellness as well. Technology, making sure that the business provides, the latest technology to support your tool of trade. Recreation, on-site services, and having community services as well. So you can just see where that's broken up, but it's really interesting for us to see that financial came out on top for pretty much every single region out there as well. And wellness, you can still see there that, across those regions, there was quite a strong demand for wellness as well, which are becoming a lot more common within workplaces as well. Down the bottom there, you've got in Asia Pacific, so 68% of employees are saving less than they should for retirement. So today I'll provide a little bit of a tool to leave you with as well, that will just go ahead and get you a little bit engaged, and just show you with, as a business, how we go ahead and engage with employers and their employees by bringing tools and education to the workplace as well. And then that final statistic there is 59% of employees surveyed that my generation is likely to be much worse off in retirement than my parents' generation. Which, we know our parents, they went through a little bit of a different cycle to us depending on our age, but, even my parents that are in their 70s, they are quite frugal. They didn't have superannuation at an early age. So they had a very good mentality in relation to saving, where these days we're very impulsive and we tend to enjoy the moment now. So we work to live. That's the culture in Australia. So especially in Asia Pacific, over 50% of us of the entire world, we feel like we're not probably going to be as well off. And the thing is that we are living longer as well. Our longevity rates have gone out. It's not uncommon to live, into your 90s these days. So I'm expecting I'm probably going to hit the ton mark, and that's going to be quite average. So we need to prepare for maybe the 40 years or the 35 or the 30 years that we're going to be in retirement as well due to that. And the cost to do that as well, based on our lifestyles. And just some final numbers here. So where are employees sourcing information regarding benefits? So you can see there on the first column on the left-hand side, surveyed, I reviewed the information provided by my employer. You can see that based on baby boomers and across Gen X, Gen Y and Gen Z generations, that majority of those, especially the older generations, are actually getting a lot of their information through their employer, which is what Megan and I see. I use online tools to understand my benefits choice. Obviously, you can see the later generations are accessing a lot more information online. And then I spoke to friends, family, and co-workers. The younger generations, again, there are, tend to probably speak more openly about these financial concerns as well. And also, I did my own research. With the amount of plethora of information that's available online, it's pretty much even across those cohorts as well, across those generations. And surprising statistics, I spoke about me going to a professional personal trainer for me to get the best advice in relation to keeping fit and healthy. It's funny how when it comes to financial needs, that limited amount of people, the lowest amount of people went to and spoke to a professional through either HR to get more information or through a financial advisor. So, we know that out there, people are probably a little bit scared to approach a financial advisor. Don't be. The quicker and earlier you engage, the better the ride is for you to be able to see out your lifestyle goals and your retirement goals as well. And obviously have that wonderful environment within your family to say, hey, okay, we've sought advice, we're on track, we're in good hands. So moving on to, what we do, I guess we like, as I said, we touch base on, we provide education to employers to engage with as many employees as possible. So look, that starts with, educating people about financial planning advice. So placing your financial affairs under a microscope. So the value add an advisor can bring, whether you're just starting off in your new job, or if you've got a family and you're paying off your house, you're trying to accumulate some wealth once your kids leave the nest, or when you start obviously accumulating money for retirement, or if you're about to transition into retirement or hit retirement. We work with everyone on every stage of their life, and it's about educating you about what to expect, how a relationship with an advisor is established and how that works, and how we obviously set aside a lifelong plan for you and be there for every single change, and to have an understanding of you and your family to make sure that we are reactive based on anything that's thrown to us. Because remember, the world is a bit dangerous. We're there to go ahead and obviously be there for any curveballs that's been sent to us, because it does happen. We educate people on insurances, so protecting yourself and your family when it most matters. So that's, if someone was to suddenly pass away, if you're totally and permanently disabled, if you suffered a critical illness like heart attack, stroke, cancer, whether it's short term or whether it's long term, but also protecting your largest asset, which is probably not your house, but it's probably your income. Look at what your income equivalates to over your working life. It's probably the largest asset, and people fail to protect that. If you don't have income, well, then you can't obviously live out your lifestyle goals and achieve them as well. So we talk to and educate about, having just a suitable amount of insurance in place to protect you and your loved ones. Estate planning and wills. we can touch on it, but we also go ahead and bring in some great resources of who's a trusted solicitor or lawyer that could go ahead and establish a sufficient will for you and your family to make sure that your assets are looked after in the event of death. Superannuation, such an important asset. Look, it's legislation. Vulcan pays, I think, 9.5% of your gross income into your super fund. And that's a nest egg. So that's always going to be there. And it's making sure that that nest egg is looked after. It's like a newborn baby. You need to nurture it, you need to feed it, you need to look after it. So the earlier that you engage with your superannuation to give it a quick health check, will make sure that over that, 40 years, 50 years, 30, 20 years, 10 years, that the superannuation is working to the best of its ability for you. Saving for retirement. So I've got a simulator that I'm going to share with you today. So really, what could your retirement look like in X amount of years? It's a bit of a shock for some people, but it's where I like to start for people to get engaged, to say, well, look, I do want a retirement. We might be in retirement for 30 years and they're the most joyful times of your life. Let's see how we're tracking and look at the gap. And it might be a shock to you. It might be quite scary, but identifying what that gap is then leads you to coming to see us or getting your own independent advice to go ahead and fill that gap and put a strategy in place to be able to achieve your retirement goals. We really drill back to budgeting and saving as well. So I'm going to provide you also with a bit of a budgeting calculator, which you can sit down. It's really colourful, it's easy and it's interactive to really look at money in, money out. And then we can work around, and sitting down with, if you do have a partner, getting them engaged so you're both on the same page. So financial discussions aren't a scary discussion. Like I mentioned, preparing people, it's a lot harder these days to obtain credit through the banks. So, how to go ahead and be application ready. And like I said, we do have a broker who's able to go out to the market to go ahead and do a lot of the leveraging for you. So Lisa, she's phenomenal. It's really good to have a good relationship with your broker and make sure that they are putting you into the right product with the right provider on the right terms as well, to go ahead and save you as much as possible. Investing, so outside of your superannuation, if you wanted a little nest egg outside of that, we can obviously talk about what managed investments are available for you. Retirement, it's quite a daunting and scary time of your life. So talking about exactly, what retirement looks like, it's quite daunting when you leave a place where you've been receiving guaranteed income for all of your life, that now the power of that now lies into your hands. So this is where we play quite an integral part in assisting people with taking a lot of that burden, stress, relief, to make sure that they're going to track through retirement in the most tax effective manner, and to make sure that their money, hopefully outlives them, and that that they're also living the desired lifestyle that they want through their retirement and being able to go and see and travel where possible. Self-managed super funds, we do specialise in them as well. If you want to take that extra responsibility on yourself, women and wealth, we can talk about helping women through their financial journey. We also, just for families, if you've got parents that are going into aged care, or if there's someone in your family on a disability support pension or something like that, we know a lot about the Centrelink and the aged care market as well. So looking at which entitlements are available for you through that government support. So these are the presentations and the support and the level of financial literacy that we can bring to you as a workplace and for you as an employee, to help raise that bar of awareness and to help you better engage with your financial affairs, to make the discussion and the road towards whatever goals you're achieving less stressful. This is what a financial wellness program looks like. So when we do deal with, when we have discussions with employers, we pretty much, put together a program, and it's actually based on feedback that's received from employees. So there's a survey there in the middle that we go out and we survey all of the employees of Vulcan to say, look, what scares you? What do you feel like you need to improve your financial literacy when it comes to financial advice? We set a timeline of events for exactly when we're going to run the presentations based on the survey, and then we launch, and then we obviously start the interactions through presentations. And one of the things is like standing up and presenting is one thing, but also having the one-on-ones to support that as well. So we offer one-on-one consultations, which is part of the program for an employee who may not want to put their hand up in a public forum, to come and sit down with us and obviously drill down into their personal needs, depending on what that is, based on the information that they've sourced from us. So yeah. Back to financial planning advice, when you actually sit down for a one-on-one, look, really it's about what are your lifestyle and retirement goals, and are you on track to achieving them? And that depends on, what you want to achieve in life. We become best friends with our clients. We go in really intimate. We need to know everything about you for us to understand and to go ahead and structure the best strategy and recommendations forward. So that depends on what your hobbies are, what your travel plans are, whether there's going to be, if there's any family support, or if you are planning on growing your family, if you're wanting to compete in sporting, or what your leisure lifestyle looks like. You're wanting renovations to your home, you want to invest in more investments or property, your career, what that looks like, and also volunteer work, and also socializing to be able to have the income to be able to provide the most ideal lifestyle for you now, and also in retirement as well. So this is the basis of how we go ahead and become intimate, and obviously understand our clients, to provide you with the most suitable strategies forward. But today, look, I mentioned I wanted to leave you with just a couple of tools, and I'm going to jump into the website. So that's the link. The tools that we use, these are tools that we use with our clients. Why? Because they're easy, they're interactive, and therefore, every standard person is able to access them as well, and you're able to save them as well on your laptop. So I'm going to jump into the superannuation calculator. And so this is the actual website. It's called MoneySmart. And Megan, if you can let me know, can you see the MoneySmart screen?
No, we can't. Yeah, I can.
No, the website.
No, I can't see the website.
Okay, let me just bear with me for 2 secs.
And we just had a question, how to get these links afterwards. And how would you like me to best share these, Trav?
Yeah, we're going to be sharing the presentation. So simply, you can just copy that link from the slide, put that into your browser, and that'll take you straight through to the superannuation calculator, and also the budget calculator as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Let me I'll stop sharing that, and let me try this one. How's that work?
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the website to moneysmart.gov.au. So it is, it's been established by the government, and they provide some really good calculators. When you click up here, so those 3 lines there on the left, click on that. You can go to banking and budgeting, loans, credit and debt, investing and planning, super and retirement insurance. So let's go to super and retirement. Click on super and retirement, and let's scroll, navigate down here to superannuation calculator. Click on the superannuation calculator and scroll. When you scroll down, there's a superannuation calculator. So it says you and your super fund. So this is going to determine what your super is going to be valued at based on where you are right now. So it's going to provide a simulation and projection as to where your super is going to land. And that's going to then determine, if you want to put more money into your super, which we provide education on, how risky I need to be in my super, what sort of portfolio I need to be in my super, which we talk about and we educate you about that. We also teach you how superannuation works, but depends on, I guess, where you are in your life. So let's say there's someone at the age of, let's say, 38 years of age. And let's say they're on an income of, let's say, $65,000. And the desired retirement age, let's say that they're going to retire at age 67. And at age 67, that's when you're eligible to apply for the age pension. A bit of a tip, you can actually access your superannuation, that's your preservation age, around age 60. Yeah, so you can access your super at 60, but you can apply for the age pension at age 67. Your super balance, let's say you've got $120,000 accumulated into your super. Your employer contributions, that's the percentage of how much Vulcan are legislated to put into your superannuation, that's 9.5%. And that's about to go up to 10%, which was just passed in the last federal budget. Do you make extra contributions for this point in time? Let's say no. Let's just say that it's only Vulcan that are contributing to your super. Your fee level, look, let's just leave the fee level there as a default for now, without me knowing any specifics about the Vulcan default fund or your own choice fund that you're using. We'll just leave them as is. Investment options, depending on where you're invested, determines on what average return you're hoping to get. And that could depend on how conservative you are with your investments and how aggressive you are in your investments. So we'd be able to determine that when, you know, we have a one-on-one with you based on what your approach towards risk is. So if we looked at the default investment option, let's say you're getting an average return of 7.5% per year. And let's say your tax on earnings is about 7%, and you're paying about an 8.85% investment fee. You scroll down and it says here that, you know, someone at the age of 38, between now and age 67, with just employer contributions going in with all of those assumptions, that your super is going to accumulate to about $467,000. Now, you can put money into superannuation via salary sacrifice, which is another education presentation that we talk about on how to boost your super. But let's say, yes, you want to make extra contributions to boost up. And after you've done, say, a budget, you might have some excess surplus left over. So we talk to clients about boosting their super, getting this retirement nest egg working to the best of its ability. So when you get to retirement age, whenever that is, that you've got a nice amount accumulated, so you can then live off of the income throughout your retirement years. But let's say you make a salary sacrifice contribution into super, which is meaning you go to payroll, you say, look, I want to put in X amount per, say, fortnight. And the amount that you want to put in, let's say you did a budget, and let's say you've got about $150 a week left over. So let's say, let's put in $300 per fortnight, adding that to your super. Once again, scroll down, we had 467,000. Look at what an extra $300 per fortnight can add to your retirement planning. It can pretty much go from 477,000 up to about $730,000 just by taking that extra level of engagement. Now, depending on obviously your personal circumstances, you know, all of the information we talk about today is just of a general nature. So with that, you know, we say, look, your own circumstances are individual, and you know, at the back of these calculators, they do have some assumptions which we ask you to look at. But look, you can go ahead and play around with, you know, a lot of variables to go ahead and try and get this as close as possible as a indicative figure. So that's the super calculator. You can play with that as many times as you like. If we go back to the three here, we've also got a banking and we've got a budgeting list of tools. If you go to budgeting here and you go to budget planner, with your budget planner,
Awesome.
And I'll pass you back to Megan.
Thank you so much, Trav. Thank you. I think the majority were just around how everyone really loved the different calculators and found that super useful. But you answered, I think, all of the questions going through them. But if you have any other questions, you guys, please feel free to drop them below this live feed and/or let your coach know. Trav is going to be readily available for you guys to answer and follow up with any questions you guys have. And just really appreciate your time today, Trav. That was like amazing. There were points over here that Kate was going, oh, this is really useful. Like, I need to use this. So when you have other coaches saying it, you know that it's been a great presentation. So a lot of information that we hadn't heard before and we'll definitely be using into the future.
Right. Well, once again, thank you for the invitation, Megs, and also everyone watching as well. Already you've taken the first step to engage by jumping on today, which I take my hat off to you as well. We're very passionate about it, as you can tell, but yeah, really happy to help you and also to be part of the Be Well Week and to support.
Awesome.
All right.
Thanks,
So
Trav.
much.
Have a great afternoon.
Yes.
Appreciate your time.
Enjoy the rest of your Be Well week.
Thank you, guys. See
See
ya.
you guys. Bye.